Have you ever wondered what actually runs your JavaScript? JavaScript is everywhere on your browser, on the server, even on the desktop. But is it a JavaScript engine or say it is a JavaScript runtime? What's the actual difference between both of this? Hey everyone, welcome back to Programmers Mode. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the difference but also how it impacts performance, security, and the way we write JavaScript. What is a JavaScript engine? A JavaScript engine is a program that takes JavaScript code and converts it into a machine code that a computer can execute. How does it actually look like? JavaScript engine looks something like this, where we have a call stack and a heap. Heap is a place where all the objects have been stored in this memory, and call stack is the place where all the code gets executed. Some popular JavaScript engines like V8, it is used in Chrome. Then there's a Spider Monkey used in a Firefox, and then there's JavaScript Core used in Safari, and so on. Now, let's take an example. Say if you write a console.log in Chrome, the V8 engine first parses the code. It then converts it into an abstract tree. It optimizes and compiles the code using JIT, just in time compilation, to make it run faster. Performance factor V8, for example, uses turbofan and ignition to optimize execution. Now, overall, if someone asks you what is JavaScript engine, you know a JavaScript engine is nothing but a simple black box which converts your JavaScript code into machine readable code. Moving ahead, what is JavaScript runtime now? Now, a JavaScript runtime is an environment that not only has a JavaScript engine but also provides additional APIs to run JavaScript beyond executing those scripts. Let's take a look. So let's take an example of JavaScript runtime in browsers. JavaScript runtime actually bundles this all together, where it has a JavaScript engine, it has all the web APIs and the callback queues. Web APIs is nothing but browsers have exposed DOM APIs such that you can manipulate DOM elements using that. Then there's timers API, the way we use set intervals, set timeouts, and fetch APIs and others. Let's take example of NodeJs runtime. NodeJs also utilizes V8 engine similarly like Chrome. So NodeJs gives us additional bundling of APIs for file, like for handling file systems, for making HTTP request, streaming. So like there's one more JavaScript runtime available called as Deno. Like it has a secure runtime with built-in TypeScript support. Now let's take an example of JavaScript code. Say you are running a set timeout in your JavaScript runtime. Now what happens is JavaScript engine executes that code, but set timeout is not part of the engine. It's provided by the runtime, whether it is a browser or Node.js environment. The runtime delegates this task to a timer API handled by the event loop. Now, the key takeaway here is if you want to just execute JavaScript code, a JavaScript engine is enough. But if you need access to features like networking, files, events, you need a JavaScript runtime. Now, you know JavaScript engine is a part of JavaScript runtime. Okay, where JavaScript runtime also bundles some additional features that you can utilize for different purposes like networking, files, and so on. Cool. Now let's understand why the need arises, why different JavaScript runtimes does actually matters. Let's take example of these two ends here. One, we do have a Node.js, and one, say we have a Chrome browser. They both are running on same JavaScript engines. Okay, so this and this, both they are running on V8 engine. Now what actually happens here is they both does have a different runtime environments, meaning the APIs that are exposed to these runtimes are different. Okay, so take an example in Node.js, you're trying to run this set of code. Okay, and same thing you're trying to execute in your browser. So, what you think? Like both the environments will support this or no? So, the answer is in Node.js, it will run absolutely fine. Why? Because in Node.js, it does have a permission of files and networks. Okay, but if we try to run the same thing in browser, it fails because browsers don't have access to the file system. So what we understood with this, they both uses same JavaScript engine, but the runtimes are different in both the cases. Now, one more thing to explore, why does Deno exist? We understood why browsers are there, we understood why Node.js is there, but we also discussed that Deno also does exist. Now, understand Node.js was built around V8 but had security concerns. Like by default, it had a network securities and file systems access. But Deno has a more secure environment. It has a more secure runtime where file and network access requires explicit permissions. Say if you are using Deno, by default there will be no file and network access. So next time you are writing JavaScript, think about where it's running. Is it just being executed or does it need a full runtime with extra features? If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more web development insights. Let me know in the comments below what topics you'd like me to cover next. Until then, take care. We'll meet again in next video. Bye bye.